this is a little bluebird. It's a little, I don't know what it's made of. I think it's pottery or clay or something. And this is one in a succession of bluebirds I've had in my writing studio for many years. And what my tradition is I'll have a bluebird that's a lucky talisman. Yes. And if I have a writer friend who is claiming his or her own space for the first time, I give my bluebird to that person to put in their space, and then I buy myself or acquire somehow another bluebird. And so this is my 5th one, I think. And the last one I gave away was to my friend Lewis Robinson, who's an American writer who I adore. And he finally got his own little space, a little writing shed behind his house. And I said, I have just the studio warming present for you. And so I gave him a bluebird that looked a little bit like this, not exactly. And now I've got this little guy who's just waiting to be given away. So that's my bluebird. This is a George Eliot's blotter, not her actual blotter, or it would be worth a lot of money, but it's a facsimile of the blotter of George Eliot, the great English novelist whom I absolutely adore. I've read Middlemarch at least 5 times at different parts of my life, and I find it's a brand new book every time I read it. I love George Eliot because I think of her as kind of my spiritual grandmother, my literary grandmother, because she was really, apparently she was a very good reader. People loved hearing her read, and I also love to read. I like to give readings and read aloud. And I admire so much that she makes me feel completely uneducated because she spoke many languages. She was a classicist. She was interested in everything and everybody. She had such a curious mind that is really, I think, reflected in her novels. And this is just a facsimile of things that she would jot down, often in different languages. I can't read half of it because it's either in German or Greek or something, but just little quotations. And sometimes when I'm stuck or feeling that existential despair that comes with writing a novel, I'll just go through it and think, you know, she did this in the 19th century and something caught her eye, and I keep a journal as well. And it just has a little bit of everything in it. So it's something that I have had within eyeshot almost my entire writing life. And my 3rd object is just this beautiful little rock that my friend Mary Jane gave to me. And I'm kind of a worrier, and so she gave me this as like a little worry stone. And when it kind of helps me, it's almost like a magic lamp. I just start kind of rubbing it, and it's very smooth, it feels really nice, and it sort of just brings me back down to earth and say, okay, listen, just write one dratted sentence. Just start there. You can do that, and then another sentence will come, and so this is my lucky little rock.